Thank you so much for 10K subscribers. I'm excited to finally show you all my room, Skylanders Display, PC setup, and much more. So right over here is where all of the filming happens for videos, and as you can see, I literally have my old English binder as a green screen. I just got done filming this Wildstorm YouTube short video. As you can see, SGTV says happy 10K, so thank you very much for that. I'll post that probably after this video. But yeah, we have tripod for camera and tripod for light. And this is also my custom-made swiveling little table. I wish it was more of a circle, but I just had this wood laying around. Moving over here, we have a shelf that goes right above all of my displays. And this is the Lego display, plus my two speakers. So we have the Millennium Falcon. This is actually the 2015 model with some lights on it. And then this is, I think, the 2018 X-Wing. And then this is TIE Fighter is from 2016. It's the Solo movie model, which I think is probably the best one as far as I know. I'll get to the consoles and computer in a moment, but first I want to show you the other two Lego Star Wars sets here. So we have the 2016 Death Star, the remake one, and I also have some lights to go with this one as well. And this Yoda with the light up lightsaber. I'm gonna darken things up a bit so you can see that a bit better. It looks really cool, especially in person. This model is actually probably one of my favorite sets that I own. I think it looks really cool. It's awesome being so like brick built and everything. And then obviously the Death Star is more of a questionable purchase of mine from a long time ago. Now, as far as the consoles go, we have my Xbox One S and we have my Xbox 360 and their respective controllers. And I have a couple games over here, but these are mostly the ones that I don't use that often because it's kind of a pain to actually get over here. The Xbox One games that I do use are pretty much exclusively down here, so we have all the Xbox One Skylanders games. I also recently got the Back to the Future video game because I'm quite a fan of the movies, honestly, and I'm probably going to do this on stream, but it might just be for channel members since you guys don't really want Back to the Future in your Skylanders recommendation feed, you know? Wouldn't make much sense. And I also have the movies here, which is kind of cool. A couple other things we have going on here. These are my carrying cases for my mouse and my headphones. There's some earbuds over there as well. And here is actually my tablet, which is kind of like a laptop. I apologize for all the reflections here, but these are 3 Star Wars puzzles, as you can see. And I'll put a picture up on screen so you can see them a little bit better. Now, I actually did make a video for channel members on my LEGO Dimensions collection, but you can kind of see them all here. And I'm pretty happy with them. They just look really good on display like this. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Skylanders here. So the first top shelf, I should say, is the Sensei shelf, which is actually getting like pretty much full. So I'm not really planning on collecting Senseis anymore, especially because I'm mostly missing the expensive ones, as you can imagine. And they're pretty cool. I do like the more consistency behind these figures. Obviously, it's a bit weird because there's more life Skylanders and tech Skylanders than any other element due to Crash and Cortex, but because I do not have the very expensive Chompy Mage and Robo, it's really not something I have to worry about. In fact, if anything, it's fortunate because I can keep the 3 per element going, and then I kind of just have light and dark going in the middle here. Moving down, we get onto Swap Force, and I don't know why I do them in this order. It kind of just worked out that way the best for me. Because there are just so many, like you'll notice I don't have Series 2 Sprocket, although she's actually in somewhere else. But as you can see, I do try to get like one of each unique character for the most part, or any like good reposes. Here I actually do have the variant swappers because I like having access to both upgrade paths, as crazy as that might sound. And there is a reason that Roller Brawl is not here, but we'll get into that a bit later. Moving down, we actually get onto Trap Team, which, as I said, I don't really have room for light and darks here. In Trap Team, they don't have like reposes for every single element. Like there's no earth repose, but there is an air repose, for example. And I'm also not gonna get all the minis. I don't really care about minis, so I just get whatever whatever I can. I did get a Rocky Roll recently, so that is pretty cool. Lastly, we have the Giants and SSA shelf, which is combined into just one shelf, because really Giants only adds 2 new characters, and I basically prioritized having the Series 2s instead of like a Series 1. But I pretty much have every single variant other than Royal Double Trouble. That's the one. I also don't have Series 2 Drobot. I just have Lightcore. So those are the only differences. Otherwise, it should be all the best characters available in SSA and Giants. And here's that Series 2 sprocket, since I don't have a Series 1 sprocket. This is the main Skylanders display with a lot of stuff going on here on my desk. So I'm gonna start off with just the Superchargers display, which is a lot smaller than the other games because there's just not as many characters. Obviously, there's a lot of vehicles to get instead, but we have like Bowser and Donkey Kong. We also have most of the variants, although I don't have room for like everybody. As you can see, I did try to get the light and dark in there, and there are a couple that aren't actually on the shelf. You'll notice there's no Stormblade. That's because I just have Snowbright Stormblade over there, along with Lava Lanceruptor, Thrillipede. Now, as I mentioned previously, there is a reason why characters like Roller Brawl are not on my display. That's because of all of these awesome customs I have over here, such as Snoller Brawl from Lost Islands, Blossom Double Trouble from, what is it called? It's from the Spring Hack that Mintiac made. We have a Puff Shroom based Shroom Boom, and even a purple Prism Break. We have an awesome E3 Spitfire to complement my E3 Hot Streak over here. We have the Evil Gill Minion from SSA. We have a Dark Cinder custom, and there's a couple Spyros over there as well, which are probably my least favorite of the bunch. We also have 2 Eons Elites here that are in their case, and we have some more up here. There's also 2 chase variants I haven't talked about yet, the Metallic Green Gilgrunt and Golden Flameslinger, which I quite like. There are, of course, other Skylanders that I own, and they are all found in this cabinet. So as you can see, there are characters here that I just don't really need, like Roller Brawl. There's also some variants that I typically don't use unless I'm playing like SSA, for example. And there's a lot of the Series 2s and Series 3s in here. There's also all the Swappers and Giants that have variants. There's also some Lego Minecrafts over here, which I don't really use that much, and all the creation crystals I own. I keep my light and darks here that kind of don't fit anywhere else, so to speak, and it's really just Trap Team. Over here, there's a couple portals and my Skylanders cards, and also LEGO Dimensions NFCs. Lastly, we have all of the magic items and vehicles and adventure packs, and there's quite a few of them. Now, those of you that have been watching carefully have noticed I haven't talked about traps at all yet. Well, that's because they're actually found down here in the official trap chest. And the trap chest is pretty cool because inside is, well, all my traps. And I've shown this off quite a few times. While we're here, I'll show the monitor setup we have. These are 32-inch monitors, these two. And then this is a 27-inch monitor, but it's vertical, so it's different. I have spent quite a few years buying different items for my setup, and I'm pretty happy with what I have. So if you're curious, it'll all be in the description. We definitely need to talk about the desk setup here. So I have this very large mouse mat I found. It actually came from Canada, which is kind of cool. Over here is my kind of recent purchase of the MX Master 3S. It's a Logitech mouse, as you can see. It's pretty ergonomic overall, and I do like the horizontal scroll wheel, so I'm pretty happy with that one. And then over here is actually a custom keyboard. It's kind of got an aluminum body, and you'll notice a lot of the stuff in here is kind of like a white and silver theme, as you can see. I also have a Stream Deck, which is useful for editing mostly, and like Photoshop, as you can see. And over here we have my headphones, and we will finally get to the beast behind everything. Now, for the computer, as I said, I will leave all the specs in the description for people that are curious. We have a vertical GPU and a nice AIO here, and it's all custom built. I built it, I think, 3-4 years ago. It's been holding up with all the editing that I push on it here. You'll also notice I have the LEGO Dimensions portal back there if I ever get time to play it. I do want to do a LEGO Dimensions stream at some point. I don't know about Disney Infinity, but yeah, definitely LEGO Dimensions. Oh yeah, and my microphone is just the Blue Yeti. Honestly, I don't really recommend it that much. It's kind of overpriced for what it is. There's some better options that are like half the price of it. But I've been using it for so many years that I might as well just continue. And I have it on a little boom arm here, which I think helps. I don't want it on my desk, and I can kind of like flip it up to get it out of the way. Let me show you what I mean. Here, I can just do this, Trying to do this one-handed here, but yep, there we go. That gets it out of my way if I don't want it blocking my monitors, so to speak. And of course, I do need to give you guys a peek at the cable management, which you guys let me know. If we sit down, so to speak, there's really only one cable in sight, maybe the microphone cable, we could say. And if we go below the desk, as you can see, I do have a wire going to a power strip, which has a couple different power bricks on it. Over here, I actually have a little USB-C dongle, which I can pull out to charge my phone or whatever, and then I can just tuck it back away. So that is my room, from the Star Wars to the Lego Dimensions to, of course, the Skylanders, to the nerdy PC setup, to even more Legos, and of course where I do all of the filming of these videos, and maybe in a future milestone, a face reveal.